Hey everybody, this is Arathis and welcome back to Night Call. And honestly, it's probably going to be the last episode of Night Call because, well, frankly, there's not much else to do but try to catch the damn Angel of Death. Now, I'm pretty sure we've all decided at this point that it's probably the lady who talks to Jesus that tried to kill us. Especially since when we tried to follow her out of the cab to talk to her, it felt like we were getting stabbed all over again. And we haven't had that reaction with any of the other suspects we picked up in our cab, so yeah. And it does seem like everybody that has been killed, there's been like a religious element to it. And her church is pretty shady, so yeah, I feel like that's where this is gonna go. I don't believe we have any locations left to go to. Huh. I guess if we... That's interesting. That's good to know for future playthroughs. It looks like if you go to a location, spend the cash to get the information, like, you know, like we had at that bar, and then lose because of cash and have to restart the night for whatever reason, you get to keep the information and you don't have to spend the money. Interesting, that. I don't know if this lady's new or not. I don't think she is, but she is the closest. I'm headed to Charles de Gaulle Airport. Oh, I know you. All right, so this is the lady, for those of you who aren't aware. She's going to the airport to meet her future husband, because her parents, who are back in India, who have a very traditional view, have decided that, yes, it's crazy. But yeah, she's going to meet the dude that her parents set up as an arranged marriage. It's unacceptable. No, it's not the way things are, lady. You decided to settle down in France. You're not in India anymore. And you a grown-ass adult who, by all accounts, is supporting herself in France. Guess what? You don't have to do what your parents tell you. Just saying. New game comes out in September. Radio Commander strategy game where you receive and give orders via radio. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I would very much like to see that game, actually. I have to make a note of that here so I can actually play it. Man Dog is happy. All I can say is I hope MechWarrior 5 goes well and they keep the dudes who made, you know, they keep the dudes who made MechWarrior Online in check as much as possible. Because yeah, while I haven't played MechWarrior Online in a couple of years, I did play it for a while when it first came out, and that was a massive clusterfuck of the devs not releasing much content, and yeah, a clusterfuck of all kinds of monetization and microtransactions, and it's like, oh, good lord. And yeah, it does worry me that they haven't mentioned anything about monetization. Yeah, I don't blame you for not pre-ordering that shit. I wouldn't either until I found out exactly how they planned on monetizing it. I believe that's another one of the... No, that's not one of the killers. Or suspects. But I believe she might be new. I don't know. Slams the door rather violently. She gives you her address and you start driving. Oh, you. Yeah, this is the lady who dropped off her vacation fling. No worries. She's a journalist. She fell in love with her vacation fling. Yep, we get a clue from her. Provided we handle it right. Basically convince her to chase off after her vacation fling. Astral Chain. Sounds familiar, but I can't think of what game that is. You should have gone with her. See, I don't mind saying this because basically as we're talking to her, she reveals that that's what she was doing on her phone this whole time, was looking for ticket prices and when she can meet up with her, the person she's in love with. Although I gotta say again, she's like, she has a layover in London. I can meet her there. It's like, yeah, but please don't just surprise her, because that lady might just be like, you know this was just a fling, right? Maybe talk to her first, you know? All the more reason then, right? Yep. Okay. It's complicated. Yeah, she wonders what's wrong with me. I need your help. So you tell her, and she's like, I got a co-worker who has been researching the Angel of Death. All right. She pays us well, and she gave us a clue. Nope, Herv, you are a suspect, but you're a suspect a couple times. I wonder if there's, like, let's go to the Passadex. I wonder if there's much else to learn about Herv. You found out how Herv got his scar. Herv helped you with your investigation. He does help from time to time. The woman? Let's see. Ah, her. I don't know if she looks familiar, but let's check. I don't know if I've actually picked her up or she looks familiar because she's shown up on the map a couple times and we haven't reached her before. Yeah, there she is. Oh, it's the it's the D&D group. You've met Pierre and Shane, even though she doesn't look like she's that young, but we can do that and try the other route. Excuse me. We remember most of the answers. Yep, they're playing D&D. The Xenofex's chamber. We're half goblin and weak. Oh, new game from Platinum. That does get my interest, actually. Dog is happy. I'll have to check it out. Why not? That's what I was planning on doing this time, was actually making the sacrifice. Who taught you how to play? Yep. Been playing for years. Let's start. Yep, just... Yeah, I remember this having a very long dialogue tree. I killed my own father. Apparently, I'm going to try to kill my brother here in a second. All right, let's go. Come on. The combat of Astral Chain. How V fights in Devil May Cry 5, except you were more capable in battle besides just the finishing blow. Ah, well, I didn't play that game, so. Very well, then. I take a look at the tapestries. On the ground among dead horses are the heads of enemies impaled on spears. Xenofex is standing among the corpses. Behind him, an army of elves is poised to attack. You feel a chill run through your body. And something grabs your attention. Okay, so I lift up the tapestry. It's too heavy for your arms. He tears it down. The kind used only by the most powerful sorcerers and liches. I know what a lich is, but sure. Liches, my friend, are a glitch in the world of magic. They are magicians who've lived for too long and fallen into darkness, violence, and death. Not all of them. He treats himself to a dramatic pause. And remember, Chubak, we already eradicated one many moons ago. Pierre's friend follows his lead. Something feels off, like maybe your friend Chubak is not quite the same person. Having Xenofex nearby is altering him. It's to be expected. Goblins are highly sensitive to black magic. Chubak, the medallion is a magic lock. You know this, but you don't have the key. Yeah. Yep, let's get into the game. Say nothing. Meet Shield, go first. Okay. Something catches your eye. It's not Xenofex. And 20. Xenofex is pushed back and cries out. The boy turns to you. He knows my axe well. He's already had a taste of it. Can I hit him? As soon as you make the slightest move, he draws away. In just a few seconds, Xenofex's back is to the wall. His shape becomes clearer. Behind the odd, opaque black smoke, you make out the tired and worn body of an old man. Xenofex is old. Xenofex was an old, powerful wizard. Ah, I didn't realize there was that disconnect in DMC, Stahor. I haven't played any DMC games in, Jesus, a very long time. He wants to surrender. Promise I'll go away. We have to kill him. This time we have to kill him. Good. I raise my axe and I pull out my dagger. At your feet, all shriveled up, Xenofex is shaking. He screams. No, please don't. He comes out in a croak. The games master rolls several dice, one after the other, without a word. What are you doing there? Nothing, nothing. She slowly raises her head to look at you and her friend. At this very moment, time seems to come to a halt. Everything in the room flutters and stops, yet his shadow comes for our throat. Okay, new rule. Countdown to death. We need to act fast. She claps her hands together. Let's start with Sangrenat. I strike. All right. Dexterity bonus. A hit. Luckily. That was really close. Straight away, the game master rolls for damage. Stream of calculations ensue. You feel a bit excluded and lost by all the rules. 6 plus 10, 26. Well done. He flashes you a wide grin while the game master rifles through her papers. Your turn, Chubak. He's strangling you. You clear your throat. If you move, he'll probably tighten his grip on your throat. If you stay still, it might make it easier for your partner to aim. What to do? I don't do anything. We tried the attack last time, so I'm just gonna... I don't do anything. It takes a second for the girl to get it. You don't do anything? No, if I move, he'll tighten his grip. I'll move on to the next round then? You nod. Xenofex's turn. The games master's gaze falls to the meter. Usually in a countdown to death, there's a whole system for residual death and DOT. That's short for damage over time, but we don't have much time left, it would seem. So, she rolls the die. The Xenofex is still bleeding you to death. Roll 2 dice plus 5. Critical hit. Comes to 25 damage points. Your passenger looks relieved. Okay, second round of countdown of death. Pierre, try not to kill our driver, please. He flashes you an embarrassed grin. I'm a warrior, so I strike. Pierre, it would be a shame for your axe to end up decapitating our poor friend here. I'm role-playing, Shane. Sorry, that's just how it is. The argument draws on. Sorry? He missed Xenofex. Uh-oh. The Deus Ex Machina ring. So what do? I use the ring. Yes, great. I've been dying to use it for weeks. Of course, you're not the one who's gonna fucking die. An amused grin from the girl. Pierre even wrote several short stories about this ring. I'm a literary guy, Shane. I couldn't help myself. How exactly do I turn the ring on? To activate the ring, you just need to rotate it around your finger. I rotate the damn ring. Xenofex's tentacles wrap around your arm to prevent you from rotating the ring. Your fingers touch the metal. She speaks in her Xenofex voice. No, how dare you use Father's ring? Oh, yes. How dare you use our family's ring to destroy us? The boy belches with joy. Belches with joy? I knew it. Pierre. She collects herself. No, don't do it. I keep going. What? I keep going. I have to rotate the ring. Your fingers grasp the metal. You start to turn it. Once around, twice. I jump as far away as possible. 3 times. The ring begins to burn. The Xenofex pulls away from you and tries to retreat. Quick, cut yourself with the ring and turn into a titan. I stop him. The girl smiles. The ring explodes. Tongues of fire spill out all around you. The last thing you see is a sea of fire. Your brother Xenofex standing there alone. He reaches out. I grab his hand. You come closer to him. He smiles at you. His skin starts to crumble like burning paper. He only has time to get one single word out. Dramatic pause. Mom. She pauses again. Xenofex disappears in a puff of smoke. Dead silence throughout the cab. Wow, that was insane, Shane. Totally insane. I knew it was his brother. I knew it. Chubak came from a family of necromancers. We were lucky our friend did not choose the path of black magic. She stares at you with a funny smirk on her face. As the powerful flames generated by the ring are at last extinguished, silence reigns over Xenofex's fortress. The tyrant, the king of death, is no more. Outside, the sun rises, announcing a new day. In the surrounding towns, bakers begin baking bread. Farmers let the kralorks out of their pens. The boy leans over to you and whispers, "It's like a huge cow with a shell on its back." Though no one is aware of it, 2 brave adventurers saved their lives, their towns, their kingdom. The night alone knows what transpired. Morning, Falcon. She pauses, closes her eyes, and smiles. The end. It's over? The girl nods. It is. So what happens now? Well, it's over. We had to finish this campaign. We have practice exams coming up. We don't have time to play anymore. You hear a tinge of sadness. But right now, it's time to go home. Terrible thoughts. You're not allowed to think about your own brother. It was really very kind of you, especially since we managed to beat Venus and the Xenofex, that nasty little necromancer. For what it's worth, if you enjoyed it, there are places in Paris where you can play, you know. Come on, Pierre. I want to thank you. It was really nice of you to do this. Thanks for the game. The girl waves to you. With utmost delicacy, they exit the taxi, taking the game board with them. You watch them as they enter the building. All right. You turn the key in the ignition, and Xenofex was. You shake your head, push the dark thoughts back into the deepest part of your mind. Strangle it. You close your eyes, clench your eyelids shut. You sit like this for a moment before taking a deep breath. Well, there we go. I've been waiting on her. Swear to God if that ghost or time traveler. Yeah, I've been waiting on her. She's the one who... It's me, Apollony. I don't know who the hell... I've never talked to you before. The woman getting into the cab is a regular and a suspect, though you haven't seen her for a while. Oh, so she's a... Okay. So we do know her. She always makes you feel uncomfortable. She claims to be Sherry, I'm thirsty. A vampire. Where to? So thirsty. I have no idea what's going on tonight. Ooh, I'm absolutely parched. And I'm sick of going to the Belvedere again and again. What a bore. Of course, I love the place. The decor reminds me of the old plantation, but it's become so routine. And when a routine sets in, you're a goner. You give her a quick look. No, Cherie, not literally. Don't look at me that way. The thing is, I'm looking for someone fresh, full of life. With a good, strong heart, nice and strong. A little gay guy who works in advertising, a vegan addicted to MDMA. Do you know where I can find one? A chill runs down your spine. What if you couldn't find the right kind of bar? Think about places. Yeah, I imagine vampires aren't going to write on walls in blood with the religious symbolism. There's a place called Soleil, a rather pretentious wine bar you heard about. Not all that young, not much dancing, but it might do the trick. Mention Soleil. There's a wine bar called Soleil. It's a bit more conservative with an older clientele. Your passenger thinks it over for a minute, then waves you on. Sure, why not? I feel like a change. I'm naturally curious. It's my greatest shortcoming, you see what I mean? She reveals a pair of excessively large eye teeth. You smile with difficulty. You start the cab, the scenery starts to unfold. The passenger seems to have lost interest in you. It's the second or third time you've picked her up. She's told you her life story every time. Could she really be a vampire? You'd rather not ask. You hear a slight cough. How long have we known each other now? A few months, I guess. I take more cabs in the summer, that's for sure. I have to stay more on my toes. A knowing wink. I used to have a driver. Suddenly, her head seems to be elsewhere. What happened to him? She smiles. Something awful. Retirement. A burst of laughter. There's a particular quality to her voice as if someone else in the car were laughing alongside her. Anyhow, I can't afford a driver anymore. Human life is so pricey these days. Back when my mother was a slave, she was worth nothing, or near about so. Today, everyone is worth something. We are all equal. She waves a hand before her face, then utters something in icy tones. Manti. A few moments go by. The passenger watches you in silence, then diverts her gaze as if you were an animal. Does it bother you having me as a passenger? No. Why do you ask? Because of who I am. Who are you? She smiles. You know very well who I am. A deluded whack job? She waves a hand. I don't bother you with that anymore. You already refused my offer twice. I won't insist. It takes more courage than you think. A faraway look comes over her. Though nowadays, people's lives are far too comfortable to make any radical changes. The imagination of a Parisian begins and ends with starting over in the country, among the wildlife and the livestock. There's a hint of sadness in her voice. What a pity. We could have had such a good time together. That's what it sounds like. She used to offer, she doesn't anymore, but she offered a couple times to turn us, it sounds like. There's no more talk until Soleil is in sight. You stop the cab. Your passenger takes a look out the window. The muffled sounds of a lively crowd are heard. The windows of the bar are all steamed up. Seems to be a real mob. I can't see much. She eyes the windows and the dancing silhouettes. Pretty steamy in there. Looks like a crowd of 30-somethings. The sound of a hit from the 80s is heard over her voice. Music-wise, not very cutting edge. She sighs. No worries, I'll manage like I've been doing for the past 3 centuries. She gets out of the cab without another look at you. Your eyes follow her retreating figure. She steps through the door of Soleil and disappears. Yeah, she doesn't seem like she would be at all linked to the killer. And well, look at that. We got another suspect right off the bat. The one that we can discount because of the height thing. But she's like the leader of that moon flesh cult. 11th arrondissement, please. Your next passenger climbs into the cab and slams the door. The entire taxi shakes for a few seconds. She's also a chef, apparently, and the killer did use a fillet knife, but I still don't think it's her. Yeah, to be fair, it's not the first time we've had that situation, Stahor, as well, though. I mean, whenever we've had Herv as a suspect, we got a clue from him once in all the times we've talked to him. So, yeah, I don't know. When she tells you where she wants to go, her voice cuts through the night. She has a rather pronounced Spanish accent and a lilt you recognize immediately. You're from Marseille? She lifts her eyes toward you. Yeah. You pick up on the surprise in her voice. How do you know that? I recognize your accent. No one recognizes my accent. The journalists all still think I'm Spanish. The journalists? She lowers her eyes. Am I supposed to know who you are? I am Pierrette Manderas. She watches you. I am the chef at La Pierre. You nod. I've heard of it. From other passengers, they were probably the last. I'm closing the restaurant. Why? Your passenger sighs. You see, we lost a star. We used to have 2, and now we only have 1. I know it seems trivial. It's just a star attributed by a food critic, but it's the beginning of the end of a slow and painful death. I don't want to live through that. So I'm closing. I told everyone tonight we'll finish out the week and pack up. I'm giving them all 2 months' pay so they can enjoy the holidays and relax a bit. Something outside catches her eye. We could all really use a break. She seems to give up fairly easily. I mean, you can always get those stars back. You gonna leave without putting up a fight? Put up a fight? You've hurt your passenger's feeling. You can tell she's angry, that she's taken deep breaths to stifle it. I don't really care. I won't tell you how you do your job, and I'm not going to complain. Out of the question. She looks away. You can tell she's calming down. Like you, we work odd hours, weekends, holidays throughout the summer. I know you get it. She sniffles softly. I make a good living, but even more importantly, I think this is the life I chose. So fight for it, damn it. I hope you're also living a life you chose. She clicks her tongue and swears, though you couldn't quite hear what she said. The pressure is unbelievable. It's what drives us to work hard, to be creative, make constant improvements. But when you lose a star, which is not unheard of, lady, you make it sound like it's the end of the damn world. She takes a break, a much needed one. Her voice was about to crack. Your whole business falls apart when you lose a star. All your doubts come back to haunt you. That kind of just sounds like it's your problem, lady. No matter what you do, it's a losing battle. If you try to maintain the quality of your establishment, they call you blind and incapable. If you try to make real change, they say you're not serious, that you're unstable. Her voice is no more than a whisper. That's why I'm closing. I'm just gonna nod. I think the days of one career in a lifetime are over. Our parents. She crosses your gaze in the rearview mirror and quickly corrects herself. My parents had one job their whole lives, even when they came to live in Marseille. For me, it's different. She shrugs. She looks out at the road going by. You gonna change professions? Me? Change professions? She has a delightful laugh. Never. Then why are you giving up, dumbass? You are very inconsistent. I started cooking because I loved fish and seafood. I'm not gonna stop because of all these moronic Parisians. I'm gonna get back to cooking in my kitchen and making the food I want to make. The sea contains such beautiful things. I want to get back to fishing, you see, digging my hands into fish. She pauses. You notice the frankness of her voice. She talks to you like a friend. You're from Marseille too, is that it? You nod. Whereabouts? La Timone. Your neighborhood, your childhood. Your passenger makes a little noise in reply. Not the best neighborhood to grow up in, I imagine. What with the highway right there. She sighs. For a second, you can hear the highway buzzing by over your head, cars going back and forth day and night. Although not the worst. You're not far from your destination now. Your passenger starts talking in a low voice. You can't tell if she's talking to you or to herself. I want to find a little someplace nice near the coast. I have cash, I have time, I have the desire. I've got it all. Her voice drops. I'm going to tell them to all go fuck themselves. She laughs a deep, guttural laugh. You park in front of an unassuming gray building. Your passenger goes to pay you. I live in a tiny apartment, bare bones. I usually have dinner about this time. She sighs. You want to come up? You look right at her. Sure, okay, but not for long. She flashes you a warm grin. You lock up the taxi and follow her into the building. Okay, this is new. She wasn't lying about her place. Small, simple, with no decoration, more or less, the strict minimum. She begins to move about the kitchen. You want something to drink? Sure. If she kills me, we know she's the killer. Yeah, and the other thing that gets me is she moves from a 2-star Michelin restaurant that she owns, because clearly she's the one that ordered the place to close in a week. So she owns her 2-star. It drops down to a 1-star, but it's still a 1-star Michelin restaurant in fucking Paris. She's still gonna make a killing. But then she decides, oh, it's all gonna fall apart. I'm gonna just open up an indie fish place near the coast. And even then, she doesn't imply that she's gonna start a business. She just says she wants to cook in her own kitchen, which is kind of contradictory because it sounds like she owns her current restaurant, so she's already cooking in her own damn kitchen. It doesn't sound like she works for anybody. So it's like, you're already working in your own kitchen. Why would you? Oh, yeah, it's just odd. I can see wanting to go and open a restaurant elsewhere to get away from the pressure, but it doesn't actually sound like she wants to open up another restaurant. I don't know. The writing is a bit inconsistent sometimes with like the phrases. It almost feels like there were too many people, like there were too many writers involved with a single character. So there's like continuity issues and shit like that. You watch her uncork a bottle and pour 2 glasses. You don't miss a single move. Nothing fancy, but it should do the trick. I ain't even gonna try. You know nothing about wine, but you find it exceptional. While she's quickly getting dinner ready, you examine her place. Nothing suspicious yet. It looks like a place owned by someone who works a lot. It's the perfect occasion to rummage around a bit, but you're worried about leaving her alone. I'm just gonna watch her. There's no... I'm pretty sure she's not the killer. Watch her. She continues cooking and making chit-chat. Her voice sounds tired, but her movements are very precise. It's ready. You watch her hand as she prepares your plate. Soft, efficient, in control. She's a pro. She pushes the plate over to you. A ruby-colored tuna fillet, cooked on one side, raw on the other. Capers, carrots, a white vegetable you don't recognize. Oh, that's candied pear with ginger. You taste the dish, refreshing, light, a bit spicy. You never usually eat anything this exquisite. You see a shimmer in her gaze. She seems happy. We got a clue. An hour later, you go back downstairs. For the first time in months, you feel calm. Your head is spinning a bit, just the right amount. You hold tight to the steering wheel for a minute before driving off. Hey, now. Let's not do that. If your head's spinning, don't fucking drive off yet, dude. I don't remember you. That's not the douche, so I don't remember this dude. Oh, he ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, we have to stop and get one. The passenger getting into your taxi is drunk. Not the first time. He all but trips as he's getting into the back seat, leaving a piece of his jacket stuck in the door as he slams it 10 times too hard. The whole street must have heard it. He tries to keep his calm as he gives you his address. You start driving, but keep an eye on him. You never know. His head lolls, his eyes roll. He rummages through his pockets looking for his phone. In vain. Hey, buddy, tell me, any chance you've seen my phone? No? He looks around. What an idiot, I lost it earlier. Not here, at the bar. He starts mumbling, or somewhere. His eyes start to look like slits, or at the bar. He's silent for a minute, trying to remember something. When he starts speaking again, he moans. She's gonna kill me. You turn a corner and he slides toward the door, hitting the window hard. Oh, fuck, that hurts. Seriously, man. You all right? Yeah, no, see, my wife. She told me not to come home too late, made me swear, cross my heart, the whole 9 yards. She just had a baby. He corrects himself. We just had a baby, but you know, she's the one who carried it. We didn't find it in the street or anything. He smirks as he imagines that scenario. It's the cutest little baby, but I'm so done spending my nights wiping its ass. So when my colleagues invited me out, he hiccups. Well, I mean, I said okay, like I went with them, right? He shakes his head, disgusted. You gotta help me. I have to prepare an alibi. An alibi? He nods, sure of himself. Yeah, an alibi, an explanation for where I was tonight and what I did. So she doesn't beat the shit out of me. Okay. Dude, I'm serious. You gotta help me. What alibi? You smell of alcohol and look like you're sliding. Nah, dude. Sorry, but no. I'm a taxi driver, not a screenwriter. Your passenger looks at you out of the corner of his eye, rather surprised. I just need to find some sort of alibi. You can see I'm too toasted to do it on my own. I just needed an evening to myself. A calm evening. Dude. No alibi is going to cover the scent of alcohol. Also that, what if someone calls his wife on the phone he lost? He nods. An evening without the baby, I mean. So you gotta help me. No, dude. It's out of the question. You're not gonna lie to your wife. To tell her the truth, it'll be better for everyone. He looks up and sighs. He looks like an angry child. You suck. I've known other drivers that are much nicer. Yeah, well, maybe next time get the fuck out my cab and find them. His head wobbles and he looks like he's about to fall asleep. I don't feel like we need to give him a lecture or make fun of him. Just be like, yeah, just fucking fall asleep, dude. You prefer to say nothing. Behind you, your passenger groans. You are really... His eyes start to flutter. He doesn't finish his sentence. His head slowly slides towards the door and hits the window. The rest of the ride is punctuated by your passenger snores. You finally pull up in front of his building. You shake his leg. Exactly, dog is happy. We're here. He wakes with a start. An asshole. You sigh. He hands you his wallet and falls back on the seat. You take the wallet. I'm just gonna take the exact fare. I ain't gonna rob the dude. You put the wallet back in his coat pocket and help him get out of the car. You stagger with your passenger up to the front entrance of his building. He pulls his keys out, opens the door, and puts his hand up. I'll take it from here. Thanks, man. He disappears into the lobby just before the door closes. You hear him trip. You get back in your car and drive off. Well, somehow he tipped us when he was that drunk. Wow, holy crap, that was down to the wire, wasn't it? Yeah, we don't have time for anything. We've met Perva. You know, reading the Steam reviews of this game, I think it's hilarious that one of the things that pops up a couple times in the reviews is people saying the hardest part of, yeah, just one more night, dog is happy for investigation, and then the last night if we pick the right killer. But yeah, there were a couple people saying in the Steam reviews that the hardest part of this game when it comes to suspending your disbelief is the idea that a Parisian cab driver is struggling to make ends meet this hard. So yeah, I have no idea if that's true, but this dude certainly seems to be having a shitty time with his job in terms of keeping up with his expenses. And it's not like he has a lot of bills. His apartment kind of blows, hearing all the descriptions, so let's take a look. Pierrette didn't say anything about your scar. Yeah. Oh yeah, because, well, you did see each other naked just now. So yeah, I have absolutely no... Yeah, there's no way it was her. Felt guilt. I'm just going to line these up over here because I'm pretty sure it's not Herv. Victim 2 opened the door to the killer. And it does say over here, the victims let the killer in must look inoffensive. So there we go. Like, seriously, this is the most number of potential evidence we've ever had. MO equals slit throat, words written in blood, but there's also blood missing, so they're trying to do something towards the vampire, but yeah, there's nothing towards the vampire or the person who believes they're a vampire. So yeah, one thing I wish they could do too, and I know this is, I say this every episode, that there's like something else I'd like to see in the game. I would very much like to see a system in the game where at least one case, maybe if they do DLC cases, because that seems to be a big request in on Steam for this game, is, you know, whether they're free or paid, give us more cases. I would like to see a case where none of the suspects are it and you discover a new suspect as the nights go on. I think that would definitely help the game quite a bit. Well, I mean, that would I would think that would explain the missing blood, unless the police are that bad at their job, because it's like missing blood, but there's also bloody writing on the wall. So I'm going to assume the police were just like, there's so much blood missing that the writing on the wall doesn't account for all of it. Otherwise, they are really, really bad at their jobs. Oh, I didn't think about that, but yeah, that could be it too, Stahor. You slept badly. Sometimes you're so tired you can't seem to get any rest. You'd like to understand how that's even possible. I'd like to as well, dude. You sleep like 13 hours a day. Like, yeah. Hmm. How about now? Is it back? Three-hour mark. It just kind of, well, not 3 hour mark. Sorry. Huh. All right. Could be. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. This game got really finicky with the audio out of nowhere. Yeah, the mixer's been doing fine with everything else. I've been checking out, I've tightened all the cables and everything, so I don't know what the hell is going on. It seems to be certain games, like this one, we had some issues with, what was it? From time to time with Battlefleet Gothic, but it wasn't with the mixer at that time. That was before I even got the mixer. So yeah, I don't know. It's really strange. Let's just go pick up some random people for now. Sunny Talpa. We never really get any information from this dude. But he gives us a clue. Hmm. Your investigation plus Bousset plus the Angel of Death. I think we've said the top one and the bottom one before. Yeah, I just want to see if he gives us any information. Like as to who he is. You park in front of the number he gave you. He pays his fare without a word. You're a really swell guy. Okay. Seems like the game audio might have freaked out, though, because I'm not hearing anything on that end. Yeah, it seems like it's shut off completely on that end. which is really odd. Just gonna check to see if I can't get the audio back. Yeah, it just seems like the game decided its audio was going to crap out entirely. Well, that was basically our first drive of the night. So let me actually reboot the game. Just the game. Get our audio back. If it ever does come back. Oh, there it is. Now, to be fair, I am wondering if the issues we're running into with this game is I am playing the version that was released for the Xbox Game Pass for PC. And that system is buggy as shit. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. All right, so let's pick up some passengers and head on out. Yeah, we know this dude. We know he'll be fast. He'll just... Yeah. Yep. It's the same story. He's going to give us a clue. Oh, nice. Turn the music on. Yeah, there are... I can hear it on my end, too. This game has some slight pops and crackling that kind of bugs me. Come on. Yeah, I thought we did too, but it might be one of those situations where he's just going to keep repeating. So, I don't know. I thought we picked him up too. But apparently not. Pop through all this. Come on. All right, dude, get the hell up out. Okay. Done. I am not even going to bother putting gas. Well, I'll put a little bit of gas in the cab. You hear a voice whispering in your ear. This is where I died. Ah, oh, damn it, Ludwig. You know, you've apparently died all over the city because you said it over here when you popped up in my cab. You've said it over here. Yeah, apparently you've died like 20 times all over this damn city. I think you're just fucking with us at this point. So much suffering. Sure. Can we piss off the ghost? Probably. Smells good, doesn't it? I'm hungry too. I'm always hungry. Hotel Dieu, please. Yes, I'm afraid you might think I'm crazy, but I assure you we'll find sustenance there. The ghost lets out a cute little sigh. There used to be an excellent pastry shop there. The best pâté en croûte in all of Paris. Everyone went there, that's for sure. They closed centuries ago, long before I was born. But they still sell their products in the courtyard of the hospital. The ghosts who live there love to treat themselves to some nice warm pâté before going to their rooms. He giggles. You should see the hospital some nights, the dead and the living mingling, walking past each other, conversing, sometimes without even realizing it. Many guess some areas are natural meeting places. He raised his voice excited. I know, let's play a game. It'll help us forget how hungry we are. I'm not actually hungry, but all right. All right, then, you can ask me one question about myself. Only one. You pause a few seconds. Little ghost is impatient. Go ahead, I'm waiting. I'm trying to find a murderer. Not now. No. It's too early or too late. I'm not sure. He points to something outside. We're not far now. The pastry shop I was telling you about was right behind this wall on the corner of another street. Both streets have disappeared. They were razed and erased when they built the hospital. And I want to tell you something. Oh, any 2-bit historian pushing their books on you would know. But they never get the story right. The smell from the beginning of the trip returns to tickle your nose. There once lived 2 men here, one a barber, the other a pastry maker. One who had a fancy for blood, killed his clients, foreigners, people passing through, broke students. The other who fancied the first collected the bodies and chopped them up in the back room of his shop. He added strong spices to this fresh meat, as was typical at the time. He then prepared the pâté for baking. He cooked it in a richly buttered crust and sold it to everyone who was anyone in Paris. The little ghost burst out laughing. Have no fear, the pastry chef and his lover have been dead for ages. Once in a while, you can catch a glimpse of them in one of the operating rooms at the hospital. They lean over the patient and grab a tender morsel for their pâté en croûte. He once again starts to laugh. This time it's a bit darker. No need to make such a face. Those are best left to ghosts. On that note, bon appetit. A second later, he vanishes. I'm humanitarian. You pull over and take a second to clear your mind of the image of the barber and the pastry maker, and of the delicious taste of meat fresh from the oven coating the inside of your mouth. Yeah, let's pick you up. Oh. We didn't even get that conversation. It just glitched out and gave us the money. It is really glitching out in this final case. Like, we're not even supposed to be able to go outside the boundaries. Oh. I just decided to pick her up. Okay. Oh, these two. The pretentiousness one. That was odd. I mean, it was a quick way to get some cash, but good God. All right, let's go. Come on. Yep. No, it's impossible, you dumbass. Maybe the programmer's succeeding in breaking the simulation. Yeah, maybe. All right, can you please get this dumbass bitch out my car? We need a second opinion if pretentiousness can be passed on genetically. It's like, oh my God. How dumb are you? Yeah. Yep. You want to go to a hotel? Start driving. All right, let's go. They're going to ask for a recommendation. First time they will potentially sleep together. You looking for a place for the night? I know a place. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about your parents. I don't care about the fact that you guys didn't want to do this at her house. Let's do this. Let's get you to the hotel and you can get out and pay me. I don't have a lot of patience for these people anymore. Not after the like 10th time we've heard these conversations. Thank you for the cash. Get out. Well, might as well just go here. We can talk to the cabbie. I mean, talk to the cabbie. We are the cabbie. Talk to the cashier. And we can read the newspaper. Nobody left on this map currently can give us any real information. Yeah, another clue. Good night, I guess. Yeah, whatever, dude. I'll put... That's enough to cover any ride we run into. If we still have time after we read the paper. Sololay again. Jules Lima, the Angel of Death's second victim, was an eco-terrorist, fighting at all costs to prevent people from eating meat and using their cars. You smile as you finish the text, even though the term eco-terrorist is a bit extreme. It could explain a few things. As soon as you get to the page, you stop. Your instinct tells you to look at. Minister stepping down. We've read that one before. Well, that is an option that, from what I understand, most visual novels actually have. Yeah, is the whole once you've seen text, you can choose to skip all seen text when you're doing multiple playthroughs. Yeah, I don't play a lot of them actually. Like I said, I can't remember the last one I actually played, but yeah. Okay, we've definitely picked this dude up before. Like, especially during this playthrough. So yeah, they do. Yeah, this last case is glitchy as hell, apparently. I wonder if they didn't put features in there like that because, you know, they don't consider their game, or they don't want people to consider their game a visual novel. Because visual novels in general don't really do super well, like in terms of sales and shit. Like, they do all right, but they're not exactly big sellers. Just a lot of people just aren't interested in them, it seems like. You know, unless it's one of the borderline porn ones, apparently. Which are all over Steam at the moment. Jesus. Yeah, programming the encounters better would be nice. And here we go down the Yakuza road. Okay. Okay. Oh, are some of those games going to the Switch? That's a little surprising. Yeah, I get it. Your wife died, whatever. Yep, yell Yakuza. And this was our last... Well, no, it's not, because after we pick our suspect, we get one person, we give one person a ride before we actually pick up the suspect. Yeah, Jesus, this dude loses money every night he drives his cab. Like we have never made an actual profit. We spend every night dipping into our savings to keep driving the fucking cab. This dude would be better off financially not driving his cab and just staying home every night. And again, just to push this in, this isn't the balanced mode. This is the story mode where supposedly money is easier to come by. So it's like, okay, that makes no sense, but sure, okay. Vampires are real and they use the knife to hide the bite marks. I don't buy that. The killer, this is the new one. Oh, a first clue that says the killer is over 1.80 meters. But that's from a customer. That's something you heard in your taxi. I would rather listen to the... Yeah, I'd rather listen to the cop source on this one. Because nothing about her really seems like she's the killer. And Jonas has already been discounted. So I'm sticking with Gilda. Killers targeting political activists. We know that. Yeah. I am still really looking forward to Necro Barista. I have no idea what the overall plot's going to be. I just know the premise. And I kind of don't, I kind of don't want to do too much research into the game because the premise got me hooked and the trailer got me hooked. So, yeah, I don't want too much information. I just know I want to play it. So what are we thinking? Everybody agreed that it's probably Gilda? Yeah, they took Jonas out for us earlier on, like when Bousette talks to us on, I think it's day 3 or 4. She always takes one person out halfway through your investigation. It changes. Like the killer never changes from case to case, but whoever gets an alibi changes from case to case. So, yeah, and he was the one that was knocked out this time. And it seems like Herb shows up frequently as a suspect just because he does like to break and enter and steal. So, and she, like, even if she were a vampire, she yeah, she doesn't, like, nothing about what she says or does like makes me think she's a serial killer. Yeah, she doesn't seem to be that big of an issue either. She was an activist when she was younger. Killer is targeting political activists. See, that would make it so it doesn't make sense even more. If it's targeting political activists, why would a former activist want to kill them? So I still think she's not... Yeah, I really do think it's Gilda. And again, they're kind of going with the obvious choice, it seems like, with like all the religious symbolisms. There's basically, she's a Korean not Korean, whatever. It says right there, Catholic, a member of the Korean community in Paris. I was reading that while I was formulating my thoughts. She's a religious nut job is what I was trying to say. That's true. The fireman wasn't at all a political activist. So I think some of these cases, like when they come from gas stations and customers in your cab, I think they're meant to be taken as just that, rumor. They're not always intended to be actual concrete evidence. So yeah, I'm pretty positive it's Gilda. So let us see. Pick it up. All right. I think the biggest clue for Gilda is the fish symbol seen in the church. And I think we got lucky seeing that fish symbol. Because I think, like, when we went into the church, we had the option to just go straight up and talk to the priest. We wouldn't have even have seen the fish symbol, which is I think is a big clue. If we hadn't have chosen to wander away from the priest and look at the murals instead. So I think that's a big, like a lot of these are, you know, we got lucky. So yeah, I'm going to say Gilda. You pick the phone back up and explain your choice to Busette. Why, how, the evidence, your sources. You stop talking and catch your breath. Okay. I'll buy it. Seems like a solid choice. I can fish around a bit to vet your information. She pauses. You can almost hear her nodding. I'll call you tonight. Try to get some sleep. She pauses. No way she's going to hang up on such a positive note. No, she's probably going to. Might be your last night of freedom. She snickers and hangs up. You put the phone down. You might as well be standing in the ice-cold emptiness of outer space. You decide to go to bed, to sleep. Best way to kill time. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You lie down on the sofa bed. Its frame creaks. Now, what I hope to see with this story, but I don't think it's going to happen, is I want to hear, like, we never hear of, like, an accomplice. Or we never talk about an accomplice. Even though in the last case, there was clearly a potential accomplice at the graveyard. In this one, I want it to be, like, a situation, but I don't think they're going to go that far. Where that sketchy ass priest that was condescending as fuck at Gilda's church was the one who was actually giving her targets and kind of like pushing her to go kill them. That's what I'd like to see. I mean, it's fucked up, don't get me wrong, it's a fucked up concept, but I'd like there to be a little bit more depth to this. Yep, go to sleep, it's always the same. Yep, it's another nightmare. You open one eye. You had a hard night. Restless. You get the impression you aged 5 years in a matter of hours. You get up quickly. Outside your studio, we have one person to pick up. Oh yeah, no, Busette's waiting for us. Tells us the plan. We pick up somebody. That would be really cool too, Dog is Happy, if it turns out that two people are listed as suspects and they were actually working together, so they were both the suspects. I really hope that if they decide to do a sequel to this game or a DLC, they kind of expand the concept a little bit, like you said, something like two suspects, or, you know, maybe one of the people is killing for just because they like it, rather than, you know, trying to make the person sympathetic. Or, like I said, halfway through the case, it's like, yeah, this dude's got an alibi. And then as you're going on, you're like, oh, I found evidence that is pointing to a person that the police haven't marked as a suspect. You know, stuff like that. You've barely gotten downstairs when you catch sight of Busette. Yep, get in. You obey, it's too early to react. She settles into the back seat and flashes a smile. Good news, you're right. Or at least the DA thinks your evidence is sufficient. No emotion in her voice, she's giving you the facts. We're gonna get that crazy lady tonight. She leans to one side, looks away for a minute. We were so busy looking for connections that we didn't understand there weren't any. But tonight it'll all be over. In about an hour or two, we're gonna get her to leave her place. Yeah, these are shitty ass cops. What the hell you mean there are no connections? There's like religious symbolism at all the bloody like murders. There is like, if you're an extremist or a psychopath when it comes to religion, there is a religious motive for killing every single one of them. It's like, what the hell do you mean there are no connections? And you'll pick her up. What? She pulls some kind of pen out of her pocket that she puts in a little cubby just above the car stereo. This is a bug. You need a confession? If you feel like it, if you think you can manage. I've seen and heard you enough to know that you have a trick, a gift for getting people to talk. We think the suspect will try to escape when she realizes something is off. You've already talked to her. She knows you. Earn her trust. Don't try to be a hero. Just bring her to the meeting point and hand her over. She sighs. I know you can do it. If you stick to the plan, nothing can go wrong. Understood. Let's just get it over with. She gives you her typical smile like an owner admiring her dog performing a perfect trick. I'm off. She lays her hand on the door handle. You pick the suspect up, drive to the meeting point, and you're free. Easy as pie. She gets out of the cab, slams the door, and walks quickly away. Shit, shit, shit. You know, I hate. Like, I was thinking about it some more. I hate how they wrote Bousset. But to be fair, I have to admit that Bousset is actually helping you out a little bit here. Because, yes, she threatens to just let you take the fall for it. But she does very much say straight out that the DA and the chief of police were probably going to come after you anyway. And she flat out said her chief and the DA don't really care much about having concrete evidence to come after you. So technically she does give you an out. If she didn't approach you, you would have just been arrested by the DA and the chief of police and gone to jail without even having a chance. So yeah, as much as I hate how they wrote her character, she does help you out. Your last night. Ah. Possibly, but no, I mean, it's true though. If you take a look at it, she's the, you would have gone to prison, no question, for being a serial killer without her giving us the option, unless, and this could be true too from her personality, unless she's lying about the DA and the chief of police already thinking you're a suspect, because that could be an option too. She is definitely enough of a piece of shit for that to be the case, I think. Us, the dude who wants all the stuff from his reality show to, I go there all the time, dude. Well, then let's go. It's the one who had, like, they made him look like a racist with the editing on a reality show. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't really watch TV, dude. Yeah, so he wants them to take the clips down and apologize for his making him look like a racist on the reality show. Nod politely. That's awful. All right, here we go. What are you gonna ask them? Apologize on TV. What exactly did you say? He stops short. Nothing. He avoids your gaze, then all at once says, a lot of nonsense. He fixes his gaze on you, visibly moved. I'm not very good at this. He chokes up, gesturing with a hand as if to make it all disappear. When he starts up again, he's on the verge of tears. Anyhow, I'll just wait here until it opens. Got the newspaper. Doesn't matter. We're not going to have a chance to read it, because so-and-so is about to get in our cab. And either she or Jesus is going to shank us. Like, I think this is the one killer that might actually try to take a shot at us again. Like, all the other ones are like apologetic. It's like, sorry, you just went where you weren't supposed to be. This lady, I feel like, might actually be willing to take another shot at us. You park a few meters away from your next passenger. Your heart starts beating wildly. You glance at the bug hidden next to the gear shaft. The back door opens, creaks a little, and slams. The young woman smiles at you. That's the first time I've ever heard the, gear shifter being called the gear shaft. The young woman smiles at you. Good evening, sir. Her squeaky, high-pitched voice gives you the shivers. You start having doubts. This fiery slip of a girl, a killer? Yeah, you think she is, and you have to be careful. Having good evening? Not really. I was just going to bed when I got a call from work. Her delicate features grow dark for a brief instant. Nothing serious, I hope. I know, I just haven't actually heard it called a gear shaft. I've always just heard the whole damn thing called a gear shifter. Not a big deal. This is just the first time I've heard it referred to that way. I don't know yet. Her voice sounds far off, embarrassed, suspicious. Garnier Opera House, please. You nod and start driving. You feel a strange tingling sensation on the back of your neck. Jesus telling you to stab me? Your passenger is staring intensely at you. When she starts speaking, her voice is filled with resentment. She looks outside. Her voice suddenly becomes more syrupy. I almost never see Paris this late at night. We prefer to work during the day, although for the scenery crew, it makes no difference whether it's day or night out. But there's a sense. She pauses briefly. She's listening to the voice. Yes. She smiles, more of a smirk, really. Mechanical, fake. Your hands tighten around the steering wheel. Maybe that's the trick. Keep her talking for as long as possible. She doesn't realize you're not quite going to Bastille. We can sense when the sun is set, when something's not quite right. Yeah, it's the same for me, really. Really? Yes, I know Paris at night so well that I can hear it coming and going. I can hear it wake up. I like the idea that it's Paris at night that wakes up and not the other way around. Like a bat that... Ooh, what? She suddenly moves in an odd jerking manner. Her eyes bore into you. Bousset? You feel your breath catch in your throat. She watches you. Who are you? Who is Bousset? Something in the air shifts in the moment right before a knife appears in her hands. You spent enough time investigating her to know it's the murder weapon. The scar on your thigh begins to burn. You start calculating the rest of the trip at lightning speed. You're not far now. If you manage to keep the discussion going, you might just make it out alive. Answer me. Who is Bousset? She's a policewoman. The police, they know? The blade shines. There's something about the metal that hypnotizes you. You don't want to feel that pain again. For a second, you consider throwing the car into the ditch. Seriously, start speeding up and then slam the fucking brakes on. Put this bitch through the windshield. And your passenger's too close. Jesus. She looks lost far away. You're buying time, second by second. Jesus said that I shouldn't be scared that they'd never understand. I've been investigating you. You? Yes, for a week now. A chill cuts you off. Her voice grows deeper, darker, more muffled. There's no reason to be scared, you know. If I kill you, it'll be painless. Jesus tells me where to strike and who to strike. No one ever suffers. Is that your defense? Jesus is the actual serial killer? He promised me. The scar on your thigh says differently. Jesus will put you in jail. And yet I felt pain. I think that's the right one. Pain? She recoils. You're the guy I saw the night. Jesus killed that actress. Jesus killed no one. You killed him. Saw? I had to defend myself. I panicked. Jesus was so angry with me. Wait. She lifts her head and listens to her imaginary friend. You calculate the remaining trip time. At this point, I'm not entirely sure it's an imaginary friend. I mean, she just pulled Bousset's name out of the void. I mean, I'm not sure at this point. She could have the devil on her shoulder talking to her and telling her who to kill. Or maybe they just have a really dark version of Jesus in this world. I don't know. But we can't discount it because, time travelers and ghosts and shit. You'll be there soon. Soon, yes. Do they know about Jesus? I don't know, actually. She sighs and says in a whisper, they can't find out. They'll think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Do you understand? You nod. Ouch. She leans forward abruptly. Her voice changes again, becomes harsher. She starts talking to Jesus. Stop shouting. I can't even hear what I'm saying. Give me 1 second. No, I don't want to listen to you. I want... She turns to you and the words pour out of her. Sometimes he asks me to do things I don't really get. At first, I found it weird that Jesus hates people so much. Then I found out just how horrible people really are. Monsters. just a few more meters. So I followed the orders he gave me. He told me exactly what to do, step by step. He told me to get the key out of the mailbox. There was a key in the mailbox. He told me where to hide in the shadows and which doors hadn't been properly closed. He told me which tendon on the ankle to cut so they couldn't run away, where to slice so the blood would run and not spatter. Okay, if you're cutting someone's tendons on their ankle so they can't run away, let me just break it to you. They're not dying painlessly. You made it. Her voice resonates in your ears. He even told me that I need to leave behind so the police would never find me. Cigarettes, hair. Every night I felt peaceful, incredible. What a wonderful feeling. It's so great to feel useful. When I went to bed that night, I felt so incredibly peaceful. Okay, so we're close to the cops, apparently. At this point is when you consider keeping your speed up, because he says we're not driving super fast, right? This is when you just unbuckle your seatbelt, flip the driver's side door open, and just jump out the car. You might break some bones. You might end up in the hospital again. But she's not going to get out as quickly. She's not going to get control of the car quickly. You can get away and the cops can fuck her up. Just saying. So of course I agreed to follow him. Jesus, yes. Jesus, I followed Jesus, and I... At that very moment, you turn onto the street where the cops are waiting. Headlights come on. The harsh lights flood the facade of an old black church. Your passenger yelps in surprise from the back seat. You hear the knife fall to the floor somewhere between the seats. You brake hard. The back door opens, letting a rush of icy cold air into the cab. You turn around and see your passenger. She's running. Climbing up the steps of the church, you hear her calling for help. Suddenly, she trips and falls, flopping awkwardly like a rag doll. It takes a second for you to hear the cops' gunshots, to see the blood, and to understand she's dead. That's fine. Nicely done for what it's worth. The sound of Boussette's voice kind of makes you want to grind your teeth. That chick was so far off our radar, we never would have suspected her. Again, you guys suck at your fucking job. Holy shit. She's been in your taxi for several minutes now, but these are her first words. I'm not gonna lie, this ended up much better than expected. Much, much better. You keep yourself from looking outside towards the church. Good investigation work. Thanks. The cop tosses a smirk at you. You sound like a real asshole when you talk like that. What? You bite your lip. I actually said thank you. Listen, we have your statement, we have your number, we have the recording. I don't think we need you anymore. If you could just lay low for a few days, let things settle a bit. She waves her hand around and seems irritated. There's bound to be some nitwit on the squad who'll blabber about how you helped us. Journalists might want to ask some questions. Not a word to anyone, you hear me? You feel her disapproving gaze on you. She knows you saw a cop take the knife out of your car. She knows you saw that same cop slide the knife into the killer's hand. She knows you saw the forensic team photograph the body after that happened. Not before. Yeah, you're right, Dog is happy. That probably wouldn't. But again, serial killer, it's hard to feel fucking, sorry for her. Why'd you shoot? You know very well she was armed. She was not, actually. You sigh. You're such pigs. Yeah, real pigs. She barely raises her head, but her voice alone is enough to scold. Are you really going to get on my ass because we took down a murder? Not really. But you did kind of tamper with the crime scene, which is fucking illegal. And makes me believe you have set people up in the past who were potentially innocent, if not completely innocent. Oh yeah, she definitely crossed the line between corrupt and criminal. But I feel like she's probably done that a lot. Silence. I want to understand. Oh, come on. Who do you think you are, Gandhi? There's nothing to understand, man. Her voice gets screechy for a second. She would have been judgmentally unfit to sit trial, put into an institution, and never really been punished. What about now? When will she be judged? Who the fuck cares? She's dead. We have her confession. We canvassed her apartment, and among the hundreds of Jesus statuettes and various items stolen from her victims, we found enough proof to close the case. She stops annoyed, then her voice relaxes. I just saved the French Justice Department €500,000. There you have it. You're welcome, Gandhi. Right now, it'd be best if you went the hell away, okay? You nod, overjoyed not to have to see her face anymore. A second later, Boussette is in the street walking toward her colleagues with what seems like a skip in her step. Your head hurts like something pounding on your temples or someone. You start your cab and leave the street. Look at the church. You can see Gilda's body under a blanket. They're still photographing the scene. Flashes flood the steps. Yeah, exactly. Can we get some of that money you saved then, damn it? The church disappears quickly, as does the street and Paris. Yeah, she is a straight up criminal. Seriously, that's what I would like to see. Like, yeah. I would love to see like a DLC case focused on maybe trying to bring, you know, Busette down. The sun is about to come up. You drove all night long with your window open and the radio tuned to that phantom frequency. Man, I would love to, Helios, but I don't think they give us that option. The electric static kept you awake. You're so tired, your chest is tight and your eyes are heavy, but you can't stop. Not now. You're gonna run out of gas soon. You're somewhere in Normandy. You pull over the shoulder and get out. There's almost no traffic. You step over the guardrail as your eyes adjust to the colorful break of dawn. Yeah, I remember watching a bit of the first season of that years ago, Stahor. I liked it, but for whatever reason, I ended up not continuing the series, and I honestly don't know why. Yeah, I agree. It is pretty unfortunate, Helios. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping there's some DLC that lets us do something about Busette. So, yeah. The sun will soon rise over the horizon. You get your phone out and dial a number. It doesn't ring. So, this is us leaving a message to our brother. Yeah, I think we'll take the drive option this time because we've done all the others. Your kids are good. They grow up so fast. Ade shows me pictures sometimes, but I never go inside the house. It'd be too complicated for everyone. But they're doing well. They look a lot like Dad, at least I think. You pause. A truck flies by just meters from you. I thought when it was all over, I thought I'd be able to get some decent sleep. Close my eyes and sleep. Really sleep, finally. But sleeping is just a break. It doesn't put an end to it. It all starts up again as soon as a voice cuts you off. You've reached the maximum time limit, please. Yep. You hang up. Your phone feels heavy in your hand. What should you do now? There's a broken fence in front of you leading to a small footpath into the woods. Behind you is the highway leading to the sea. Or we can call the chef, because apparently we had a connection and the chef wants to leave the city and start a restaurant. So I kind of feel like we should call the chef. It's like the only time in this series he's actually been happy. And he got laid. So, I mean, come on now. It's probably the most optimistic ending he's ever going to get. Call the chef. You dial her number, thinking about your discussion. She picks up almost immediately. Hello? You can hear the commotion of the market in the background. It's Hussein. She seems surprised. How are you? Or at least get good food, right? Is this a good time? Yes, I'm at the Rungus Market. Be frank. I gotta beat around the bush. You don't have time for that, dude. You just been through some shit. You don't beat around the bush no more. I'd like to see you again. You hear her giggle on the other end of the line, or maybe you just imagined it. Noon, my place. You still have the address? Yes. Good. I'll see you then. You're about to hang up when she stops you. Wait. What? Do you like fish? You grin. Yeah. Good. She hangs up. You sigh and retrace your steps. On the other side of the guardrail, you find your overheated cab. The next gas station can't be much further. You slowly turn the key in the ignition. There's got to be something for you out there. And there we have it. We've solved all 3 cases. And yeah, apparently he's going to try to actually kick up a relationship. See, that's what I was hoping would happen when we were getting, that's what I was hoping would happen when we kept getting Patricia's phone number, but they never gave us the option to call her. The only 2 people we have ever contacted that gives us the option to, that we've been in contact with, that gives us the option to call them is the priest and the chef. So, yep, and Busette is still a cunt. Now, if I remember correctly, the last two options for cases we're probably not going to mess with, because if we look at the new game, I believe there is random that just picks a case that you haven't completed yet, but we've completed all of them. Yeah, that's it. The game will randomly pick an investigation no matter if solved or unsolved. So there's nothing else to do. So yeah, I think, yeah, this is probably going to be where we end it. But first things first, I think, yeah, I really do hope. And I think I'm actually going to check to see if real quick while we're all here, I think I'm going to do a quick check to see if they're releasing any new cases or at least announcements for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the game's pretty much done at this point. See if they actually made any announcements about anything. It doesn't really seem like the devs have actually posted anything other than just replies to people's questions. So yeah, I don't know if there is going to be more with the game, more cases, but I still really enjoyed the game despite the fact that there were some bugs and, you know, the killers were fairly obvious. And it does bug me that we can't really deal with Bousset, but I hope that changes later. But for now, that's all the time I have for this game, and we probably won't be kicking it up again. Tomorrow, we will most likely be starting 999. I've never played it. Only thing I know about it is the basic premise where you wake up in basically a bunker type situation and you have to escape. That's all I know. But I've heard it's really good. Yeah, I really don't have any other games set up to play right now. I have 999, but I haven't actually downloaded and installed it quite yet. So, yeah, I would probably have to take a while to get all that set up. There is a question in... We could do that. We could play for about an hour. We could play some Satisfactory. Good point. Actually, let's do that. I like Satisfactory. That is a very good question. On a side note, just to tell you, like, some of the bugs I've been running into. Somebody in the Steam forums is asking a question. I just noticed the entire time I've been recording this game is this game has an issue where we're basically getting 100% GPU load, like, for the majority of the time the game is running. And this game should not be having that issue. Yeah, let's go ahead and load up Satisfactory. Yeah, and the people making the post and talking about it, they have a better video card than I do, and they're getting 100% GPU load, so that's a little odd. Oh, will you look at that? The Epic Game Store, for those of you who are interested and actually use it. Available right now for free, Moonlighter and This War of Mine. Something appears to be trying to update. I was gonna say, it's like, okay. Okay. Oh, so Satisfactory's updating at the moment, so this may take a minute. And apparently I really do need to go back to Subnautica Below Zero sometime soon. They've added a lot of new Leviathans. And well, that's the thing, is I updated after they did the trains. I just hadn't built trains yet. So the last time I played this, the trains were already in the game. So I'm not sure what this update is. Probably just a bug fix or something. But yeah, like I was saying, I probably need to get back to Subnautica Below Zero. Unfortunately, no, I did not, Starhorn. I meant to and completely forgot. But yeah, from what I understand, Subnautica Below Zero, since the last time I played it on YouTube, they've added a bunch of Leviathans, but more importantly for me, in my opinion, because I'm really big into the story, they completely changed how the first section of the story plays out. Like the beginning plot line and everything is completely different. So yeah, I'm curious. I may have to jump back onto that. I might play a little bit of that on stream, but I don't know. Just because, yeah. I'm always torn on Subnautica games. Like, do I want to play during the early access period, or do I want to resist the urge to play until the entire game is out so I can see how it was meant to be played? And so I don't run into any hard stops. So yeah. This is apparently a big update. Good God. It may have been faster to download and install. Yeah, it may have been faster to download and install 999. Well, regardless, while I'm sitting here, I can go ahead and change all of our stuff on Twitch. Let's see here. Also, got to say, I've been really enjoying all the new 40K game DLC that's been coming out this last week or so. Really like Heretic. And hell, it's only, what, 5 days until the standalone expansion to Inquisitor Martyr comes out, which I'm looking forward to that as well. Unless it gets another last-minute delay. And by that, I do mean last-minute delay, you know, the little 15-minute... 15-minute before release, and they're like, we're putting it off a couple months. Like, oh, okay. Sure. There it is. Yep, 4 more days. So, but it does say on the 30th. All right, really looking forward to playing as the Tech Priest. Although it's kind of weird. I'd never actually heard of a Tech Priest Inquisitor. Inquisition's really opening up their ranks to people. Okay, we're about 2/3 of the way done with the update. Jesus Christ. So either Epic's connection blows, or it's a massive patch because, you know, or it just takes a while to install because I've got a gigabit connection here. This should not be happening. So yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to tie that in then. If the Mechanicus has its own internal investigators, how they're going to tie in a Tech Priest becoming an Inquisitor interacting, because they said the new DLC or the standalone expansion, the first chapter of the game is different, and then like the first chunk of the game is different, and then it links into the whole story and everything from the first from the base Inquisitor Martyr game. And then you just have this new character that you can use through normal Inquisitor Martyr missions and storyline. So I'm wondering then how they're going to link those two together. Yeah, I think just so we have something on the screen. Maybe 5 minutes is how long it'll take. We'll see. Just so if anybody pops into the stream, they don't just see a black screen. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what they did with the story. I'm not super confident because story is not exactly the strong suit of that game, period, but we'll see. I know a lot of people have been really pleased with the changes to Inquisitor Martyr recently with that 2.0 patch. A lot of people say it broke just as much as it fixed, but I still haven't played it. Because I know my personality when it comes to games like that. I would get burnt out, and then I wouldn't even play Prophecy. Just the way it is. Possibly. Come on, game. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it started, right? It's not where I want to add this. All right, here we go. Well, as soon as the game chooses to load me in there, but yeah, here we go. So by the end of the last stream where we played this, we got all of our assembly lines put together, I believe. Like, all of them are in place. That initial lag that goes away very quickly. So we lost our truck and everything out there. And a bunch of our gear. I don't know if we'd survive the truck to get it back, considering everything that's living out there. But yeah, we were out exploring because everything is set up. Everything's ready to go. So you know what? I think we're going to make it. We're going to try to make a go of it. Like, we're just killing time right now. Yeah, that's the pack I bought. Like I said, I just hadn't installed it yet. So that's for both of them? Okay. Because if I remember correctly, it is the first and second game. Now, out of curiosity, Dog is happy, and real quick, I need to actually put my chat where I can see it. It's half covered up by my game. Whoa, not what I wanted to do. There we go. Is the third game in the series the one that takes place? Well, it's... Oh, cool. It is the third game made, but like chronologically, it takes place between the first two games. Is that one actually out yet? Do you know? Or is it still in development or whatever? Yeah, something out here is going to kill me. I don't think I can outrun most of the shit out here. Ooh, we could use this. Do I have quick wire yet? I don't believe so. Doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, I think it must have been that other game because I'm not getting any crackling or popping. I was getting occasional pops in the audio throughout the entire Night Call series, and I'm not getting a damn thing in this one. Yeah, we haven't gone to any new materials. The only material we found so far is the one you guys have seen before. We got the oil deposits tapped, but that's it. Haven't gotten anything other than that. Ah, shit. Good lord, how far out here did I take my truck? I get the feeling we're gonna need this. We should have a lot of materials on us if our body is still over by the truck, which it might not be. Hey, you big creepy bastard. Should probably stay at full health considering the thing that tried to kill me up here. Well, it didn't try, it succeeded. What are those materials? Doesn't matter, that thing's coming for me. Okay. Fuck you, I hear you. Well, there's something making noises around me, so... Can I just use my scanner? Ah, son of a bitch. Maybe it's one I need. I can run back. I mean, at this point, we are basically just waiting for tech to build up. Fuck you. What is this? Iron. Nope. Piss off, you bastard. Thank God there's not a stamina bar or something in this game, or I'd be dead already. I'm assuming we're just a robot of some kind. I don't think we lost our shit down there. We did take a very roundabout route to get over here, though. Not at the moment. I had one. Those things will likely kill me, but I wonder if I could... I wonder if I should risk it. Or if I should just go and try to get to my vehicle. I think I'm going to try to go get to my vehicle first. We need to prioritize. I'm gonna run into a giant monster that's just gonna straight up eat me. I mean, that's how I died last time. Fucking big ass spider. Hi. Fuck off. Nope. Nope. Yeah, they are creepy as fuck. Apparently he can't deal with serpentine. The fuck is this? Oh, those look familiar. Oh, this whole area looks familiar. These fucking things on the ground are what slowed my truck down. Yeah, no, you can hit me all you want. I'm getting the hell up out of here. I know what lives here. I can hear the skittering. And it was the poison, too, that killed me, so... Are you kidding me? I have to leave the truck. Well, I'm gonna die again. Because, yeah, the truck just got completely fucking stuck. Alright, well, I'm not gonna come get the truck. Now we know. And that's what I hate about the truck. I wanted the buggy that you guys have mentioned exists. The truck gets stuck on seemingly nothing. It seems bugged all to hell. Like, I've seen it get stuck. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. It won't be too expensive to replace. But I do need to build some basic gear again. I honestly don't know if I can. Yeah, but really all I lost was the beacon, some beacons, chainsaw, and the Xena Basher. It's not a big deal. So modular frames, a couple Xena Zappers. Yeah. So I'll add 2 of those so I know what to get. Add 1 of you. And I do like my chainsaw, so we're gonna add that too. But yeah, like I said, I'm not too worried about it. Hey, look at that. I have an object scanner. Yeah, let's grab this wire. What else do I need? Reinforced iron plate. I have some right here. Cable. I have all the cable I can need right there. I have some more wire. Oh, nuclear waste now. I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, that'll be interesting. Well, that's a question then. Since I have so much power, I will have so much power, I should say, thanks to all of the oil refining I'm doing. Is nuclear power a big enough jump? I know in reality is. I'm saying, is it a big enough jump in this game to make it worthwhile? All right. I believe the bottom floor is making our modular frames, if I remember correctly. Oh, it doubles. That does sound useful, but on the other hand, we're not really using that much power. So, okay. I have to keep that in mind. Yeah, we have a modular frame thing down here somewhere. You're making them iron plates. You're making the modular frame, yep. I'll take some of those. Oh, we need iron rods while we're here. And we'll get them right here. Okay, now we just need to go back to our crafting station, and basically we've rebuilt all the gear we lost. Like, I never really ended up using the beacons. go. And now my Xenobasher. Now we just need to check our heavy frames. Let's drop some of this stuff off, because most of this is not stuff I really need to carry around. I mean, I like carrying cable and wire around, but concrete's more important right now as well. Probably this chest over here for the beacons. Hey, look at that. We got some fuel for the chainsaw as well. Yep, there are the beacons. Cool. So yeah, we've completely recovered. Keep forgetting that I actually put, like, you know, pathways in. I wish I could stack these, like, make higher stacks, because frankly, I need to carry a lot more concrete than I do. All right, modular frame. Heavy modular frame is being constructed, not here. I'm pretty positive. But I could be wrong. That's our computers, which we've already given to the expanded power infrastructure. I'm not worried about it right now. Still not quite there. Yep. It's just gonna take a little while. Yeah, really the thing that's slowing us down is this thing. Almost makes me want to increase the clock speed of the damn thing, considering we have backed up production. I know I put one in something back here. Oh, is that what's slowing us down? Yeah, it is. Holy crap. All right, yeah, we should go downstairs and get some basic frames then. I mean, we have a whole thing over here that's pretty much full of the damn things. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do with these. I know I can't manually feed all those in, but I can feed them all into the thing upstairs. The conveyors, like the storage facility that's producing these or trying to store these, and it can just route that shit over there. All right, because these are making the, yeah, normal frames, so yeah. There you go. That should give us a nice steady approach. So we need her 30 of these damn things. And now it's just how slow these damn modular frames are. So it's going to take like 15 minutes regardless, unless I can find a way to boost it. Yeah, somewhere over here I put one of those slug boosters. I just don't remember where. I know I put a lot down here. Didn't I? Or not. Okay. I might have to go out slug hunting then. The lizard doggos will bring you nuclear waste. That's kind of messed up. What? Why is that one overclocked 3 times? What the hell? None of the others are overclocked. I'll let it keep the 1. I don't know why that's even happening, but okay. It can keep the 1. Now, I feel like with the 2 that I just extracted from that, I feel like the good option would be 1. Let's boost this mine a little bit. Now it's already backed up iron, so it doesn't matter. I know this will run through our modular frames pretty quickly, but I'm hoping it actually, yeah, cut it in half. Well, we're already up to 20. Just need 10 more. Good, 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 good. All right, so what I'm going to do is after we do this one, I think because I want to explore the world a bit more, I want to try to focus as much of our research as we can, like our milestones, towards getting the buggy. What's up, Starhorn? Ah, okay. Now, where is that related to where we're at? Is that just the, oh, that's the lake right there? Okay. Ah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. I don't have enough for the double power on this thing. I'll have to shut something else off, or take one of the fuses, or take one of these out, as much as I don't want to, but I should be able to handle it with just one. No, I apparently cannot. Not without shutting something else off. Damn it. Well, I don't want to wait forever for all this stuff to be done, so I am going to leave this at 200% just so I can hit this milestone. And I'm going to go shut something else off. Even if it is just temporarily. I think I'm just going to turn off these over here. Well, guess we could do that. These are useful. Yeah, let's go turn off the computer one because we have hundreds of computers made already. And we've already hit all the computers we need for the current milestone. So yeah, that's a good point. Let's go turn off the computer one. Okay, there's the staircase I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm not even using like oil power at this point. I'm still just relying solely on coal. Is it you? No, it's not you. It's you. Let's go find a power line. There it is. All right, cool. I'll just turn off the computer one for now. It's not like we're... That would be a good thing, though, I wish the game would add, by the way. Now that I think about it. For power shortage and power spikes like that, it'd be really cool if you could make batteries. Like, set up a battery farm. And any excess power you have until you get to, like, you know, we'll just fill it up. I would really like that. So expanded power infrastructure should give me the ability to make oil, right? Like use oil to make power plants. Because I do have the setup up here for exactly that. I have, you know, a bunch of oil refineries set up. All they're making right now is like plastic, though. So yeah, I would like to make oil, or not oil, power from it. And I'm pretty sure I have storage set up for just basically just oil, like just the base material. Yeah, right there. All right, so. Yep, there it is. All right. Yeah, these are my plastic ones. I believe this side was just straight up. Oh, no, this side is my rubber. Okay. Oh, I think upstairs is where I was also planning on just doing the oil for fuel and all that. Cool. Okay. Yeah, because if I can do oil soon, I want to actually get a few oil plants set up over here. Yeah, I'm aware that, oh, this isn't very fast, but it doesn't need to be. Thought I'd already upgraded all this. Straight to the river and then look for a bigger plateau. Okay. We can give that a shot. So the big thing, like I said, we're gonna look at all of our milestones, because by the time we get back, we should have all of the shit we need to upgrade and finally get the expanded power infrastructure done. Now, is the expanded power infrastructure the space elevator, or is it at my actual workbench? I can't actually remember. I'll have to double check. I want to say it's a space elevator because I remember putting shit in there last time. What was I putting in the space elevator? All right, well, we'll figure that out. Is that another wreck right there? Holy shit, it is. That is actually fairly close. Ah, okay. And I've seen a few slugs up there, so we're gonna go up there. Okay, so we should have our little... Oh, this is gonna hurt. We don't need 43, but I'm gonna take 43. You have no idea how hard I'm fighting the temptation to tear all this down and rework it in a more organized manner. I am fighting the urge. And go.
Milestone reached. The fuel generator will match power generation to the increased consumption of recently acquired technologies and buildings. Additionally, improved conveyor belts can now be constructed.
Okay. Fuel generator, there it is. We need computers and those just motors, right? Yeah. Cool. Oh, and we need the heavy modular frames that we're constructing. It's not too bad, actually. And the new logistics. Oh, one of those. Oh, those are expensive. We've been producing a lot of them. So we can do an alternate thing for rotors, which I'm actually going to do this one just because we can knock it out very quickly. Monorail train technology. Gas mask, which I very much kind of want. And a new suit and a jetpack. That all sounds like stuff I really want. But I want to get this one done just because completion and all that, so. And I know I can go get that, like right now. I believe we keep the rotors down on this floor. Yeah, those are the Stadors. Those are the actual motors. Oh, we only need like 25 of the damn things. There we go. And a reinforced plate, which I believe we were making down here as well. Yep, there it is. All right, we good. All right, well, I mean, we got to wait like 12 minutes. Holy shit, that's a long one. Okay. Well, either way, I got the ship for the next one, so. Yeah, I should do that, actually. I want at least 2 of them. So we'll go ahead and add 2. I think the only thing that's going to hold us back from that right now is the fuel generator, not the fuel generator, the heavy modular frames. I know we have enough computers laying around to do this. Let's grab a stack of them. Motor is right down here. Grab like 20 of those. That's fine. Actually, you know what? Let's round that stack out. And then I want to see what's down there. Oh, I also had a walkway. Like, what did this want? Oh, shit, that's what this wanted. Yeah, I forgot about that. Jesus Christ. Okay. God damn. And that's just for the next one. We have we have like 2 more tiers to go. Okay, it'll unlock tier 7 and 8. Oh, okay. Holy shit. I was like, do we have to do 2 more of these? No, just 1 more. Okay. That's a little less horrifying at those numbers. Also, what's the material for the new conveyor belt? It is 1 encased industrial beam. Where have those been going? Can't remember if we set up the encased beams over here or over on our secondary build. Yep. I don't know how much of those encased beams we have saved, but yeah, I definitely want to do that. You know me. I know it's not efficient, but I'm probably going to put those at every mine. Alright, so we can build 3 of those now. Aha. It's you. I'm gonna take all these for now. And I believe that gives us everything we need to start construction back at the oil area. And it'll let me upgrade the oil deposits. Like with these new belts. And away we go. Get the new power up so I can just turn the computer manufacturing facility back on, because good God, like you guys saw, we need 1,000 of the bastards. And yeah, as soon as I'm done with the stream today, I'm actually going to have to start working like my normal job. I think I'll leave this running during that, because yeah, we'll go straight from this and I have to work. So yeah, it'll work. Do the thing. Because yeah, that is an ungodly amount of all those materials. So do I need, is this the highest tier of conveyor belt, or is there some ahead of it? Like, is there a newer one even after this? Just wondering if after I install these, if it's worth it going on a hunt for like the power slugs and putting them everywhere that I can. Although I'm pretty sure there's a limit to how much of that I can do, considering You know, considering I don't think there are an infinite number of power slugs out here. All right, so. Ah, there's aluminum ones. Okay. So these are all going to. Yeah, rubber and plastic, all the bottom level ones. I think it's the top ones that we are not currently doing anything with. And this will be interesting because I don't know if I can fit power plants up here. Oh, I most definitely cannot fit power plants up here. All right, so we have all of these. Oh, that's plastic as well. What the plastic's not being routed to anything though. Holy shit, what do I need this much plastic for? Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was looking at the oil output of the mines, or the deposit, and noticed that for plastic and rubber, they can each produce like 8. Like the mines, like this oil deposit can supply 8 of these refineries. And these ones over here can supply 8 refineries for rubber. So I think my plan was, since I had oil in place over here, I was going to use that to power my mines. And I believe there's another oil deposit nearby as well. I think I'll leave this one in place. We have another oil deposit that we're not using. Like there's that one that isn't active yet. And the reason I don't have more rubber over here is I just don't have it turned on. I don't have the power to maintain it. So yeah, I think I'm just going to use that one down there. And yeah, I'm not averse to later on maybe tearing down some of these and using them for power as well. But for now, I'll just keep them turned. I'll just keep them in place. I don't know if I'm ever going to need more plastic than I already have, but eh. Okay. So if nothing else, I'll definitely have to turn some of these off to get the power to make at least one fuel generator. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, how much do you produce a minute? 240. So we're gonna need a oil refinery. And how many do these take a minute to make fuel? Easy way to check it out. I don't mind making new refineries. It's not a big deal. So, okay. Let's change this up a little bit. How much? No, go on standby for a second. 37.5 per minute. Okay. 37.5. But it takes 60. Okay. So this is only going to be able to supply 4. Well, that's weird. Why do I have 8 refineries over here then? That's fine. All right, so just 4 refineries then should do. Ah, crap, this again. Let's get a bunch of platforms in place then. Oh, did I not change it back? Son of a... Yeah. Well, I'll take that. Yeah, I'm actually quite okay with having the extra... Like, even if I don't technically need the material anymore, I'm actually quite okay, because I don't know if, like, I don't know what's coming with, like, future updates and all that. So I'm okay having, like, all those set up, just constantly producing more materials and just completely filling their storage units. I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably try to go this way with all my, you know, oil production. Yep. Keep on surrounding this. We have plenty of concrete for now. All right. This is not currently connected to power either. I would actually prefer if you replaced that. Oh, I'm gonna need to go get some steel pipes. We should have a bunch of those laying around. Also, I might as well put down my 4 refineries for now. Yep. All right. So I know just how much of everything to get. Now we just need to figure out how much each refinery can produce, like how much yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now I want each refinery, on a side note, we need to get a lot of materials. I do want each refinery to actually have, so this one's for the mine itself, and then I want one for each of the refineries I'm planning on building, so we can build up crude oil supply, well, sorry, fuel supplies, for anything that we're not actually using. All right, here we go. There's a lot of materials, but we'll get them. We have most of them, honestly. Although I did think we had more cable on us. Oh, there's a slug. And I've seen one over here as we've gone by as well. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, so cable. Heavy industrial, well, sorry, our steel pipes, I believe, are over there somewhere. Yeah, because they have to be fed in to make the heavy industrial beams, which we have over there as well. Yeah, they're on the other side. Cool. And cable's gonna go that way as well. So what I need are steel pipes and motor. Oh, motors are over there. I'll just go ahead and take these. Okay, we need 15 of these. Well, I mean, I don't need 43 of them, but I'll take 43 of them. And that's where my pipes are going to be. Ooh, just barely. Nope, actually don't quite have enough. I'm just gonna snag them from here. There we go. One refinery can support 3 generators. Oh, cool. That won't be too difficult to get set up then. Oh, there was a stairway right there. If I remember correctly, our end ones were the cables. How much wire do I have? Maybe grab a stack before we go. All right, I believe that is all we need. Yeah, we will need splitters, won't we? Okay. See, we're gonna need a couple splitters. Yeah, let's see. Wrong button. So one of those will go to 4, so I need at least 2 splitters to start with, at least. Well, that sucks. I don't know what else is supposed to be over there. There we go. Oh, I just need... Be nice if you got out my way. Iron plates. Basic iron plates. That won't be too difficult to deal with. Should be over here somewhere. Which mine did you want me to update before I went? I mean, frankly, I could do it to all the mines, so... Alright, let's see. We have 1 down here, and I believe 2 up there. There's a limestone and iron right there. We don't have enough to do that quite yet. Like, I'll probably just do this one for now. Because I still need, we don't have many more beams. I think we wiped out our beam production. And I want to actually get our power started next. And we're gonna need a few assembly lines for that. Because, yeah, right now we're kind of stuck on power. I can't turn on all my stuff. And some of the ones coming out of our containers are fairly long. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ooh. That was close. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to deal with a bottleneck anyway. I don't like, there's gonna be a bottleneck several places for now until I can get more encased beams anyway. And to be fair, like I said, I've been feeling the urge to play this game a lot more than I have. And I might actually redesign a whole chunk of this base with the much higher technology we have now. Probably not stuff like this, like our bridges and stuff are probably going to stay in place. Because I am not going to rebuild these ramps. Who knows? I may not actually redo it. Like I said, I'm thinking about it, but I may not. Right now, I just want to get some power in place. Because, yeah, we have a pretty massive short... Oh, look at that. Oil. Or fuel's heading up the assembly line. Okay. I believe at the end of the assembly line, I could be wrong, I'll have to check. I believe at the end of the assembly line, before it goes to the machine that's using the plastic, I think we have a storage unit. So I figured it will eventually just build up in there. But I could be wrong. I'll have to double check when we go back. Because, yeah, I thought I put I thought when we passed through there was a storage unit that fed into before the plastic. All right. Oh, that's right. These aren't going to connect perfectly anyway because of... That's done. We got to provide power to this anyway, but let's see. So this thing right here can support 4 refineries, right? So I'm gonna need 2 splitters just for the refineries. And I believe, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Oh, didn't turn that one around. Oh, that is so nice. And so we're just going to go ahead and start with one refinery over here. I mean, I think I brought everything to make multiple refineries, but I did. Enough to make 4 refineries. Okay. So I might as well just put all 4. I'm going to try to place them facing this way. It is going to require some interesting movement on the part of the assembly line. But it got it. Cool. Put a little bit of walking space between them. I guess I always have enough walking space with them. Then just 2 more. Okay, you get there. You get there. Now, what I'm going to do to make sure all of these can actually do their damn jobs, I am going to probably take a quick run through here and shut a bunch of those down, since we have plenty of oil right now. Like plenty of plastic, I mean. So that these can turn right on as soon as I provide power. And then the oil refineries, or the oil generators will actually be able to do their jobs. Come on. Because if these are anything like the coal generators, these things are fucking massive, aren't they? Yeah. Yep, they are. They look cool, though. So I feel like what I'm going to have to do over here is when I get enough, I'm going to have to go get a bunch of concrete. And if I want each of these to feed to 4 eventually, each of these feed to 4 oil generators, I'm going to need... Good Lord. Yeah, I'm going to need... Or 3 generators, sorry. So 1 splitter a piece here, but I'm probably going to need like multiple levels if I want to fit them all over here. Or I could just pave over this entire damn lake and thread them forward. Which I could do. Put the fuel generators down and then leave enough space between them so what is it called, so the conveyor belts can thread through to another row, and then the third one can thread through to another row of 3, and then the 4th one can do the same. I actually kind of like I like the idea of trying that. All right, well, let's get the actual places put in. first setup. So I don't even see where the input is on that damn thing. On the exact opposite side of where it needs to be for me. Okay, there it is. Let's try to line it up. Oh, wait, nope, that's not what I want to do. Not what I want to do at all. Might be too late to fix right there. That'll fit. Barely, but it'll fit. Okay, where is my... Okay, there's the opening. I want to align with that. On the end, it might be better to just go out this way. Get some more concrete and go out this way. Build a generator here and then a generator here. So I want to leave enough space to try to... Yeah, probably. Well, that sucks. Apparently my dude doesn't want to come to the surface. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take those down and go get some more concrete. Because I can't build anymore right now. But yeah, I think you're right. I think for this at least. Because kind of what I wanted to do is I wanted to build the 3 generators out like this, and then have like this try to thread through, and then have another splitter here that goes to the next set, and then another splitter threading through 2 lines, and you get the idea. But I am going to need a lot more concrete. So let's go get it. However, that is unfortunately all the time I do have for today's stream. I need to get to work on my normal job. So thank you everybody so very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We're probably going to start 999 tomorrow. We might check in with this again just to, you know, if I've done anything between streams on this, I'll probably show it off tomorrow. But yeah, I'll keep this running while I'm working. And in case I forgot, thanks for that reminder, Stahor, because yeah, I hadn't forgotten this time, but I have forgotten to do it multiple times. So yeah, I'll just leave this running to acquire all these resources. All right, so yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.